Morning. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. It's a beautiful day up here in the north. And that's all I got. I had my coffee, so we're good to go. We're going to go over a few exercises today, and we're going to start with the modified. I can walk you through how to make them progressively more difficult. But I think when it comes to these, form over reps, I think is probably the best way to look at them. So mostly lunges and squats, and I want to talk about where you should feel them and how you should feel them and what you should feel and when you shouldn't feel and where your legs should be and where they shouldn't be and how to make them progressively the best that they can be so that you can get stronger. With exercises, sometimes it's great to do the full range of motion and progressively increase the weight. And for some, it's great to do a reduced range of motion to full strength, and then increase the range of motion as you get stronger. And so that's sort of the approach that we're going to take today to the squats and the lunges, is getting the form, feeling it where you should feel it, and then as you can tolerate, increase range of motion, increase your range of motion. Then, once you get that full range of motion, then you can increase your weight. You can add in ankle weights, arm weights, exercise bands, all of the things. As always, pop your questions in the comments. Shoot me a message if you have any questions or modifications you need. Let's do that. And if not, let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start with squats, and I've got my very professional grade kitchen chair here. There we go. And to start, we're going to do just a head-on squat. I want you to sit down. I'm going to have to move that back. Okay, so your hips, your knees, your legs are about hip-width apart, maybe a little bit wider. If you need a little bit more control, you can widen it out. If you need a little less control, you can bring it in a little bit more. And I just want you to sit down and stand up. So from the side, what does that look like? Sit down, stand up. Now, something I want you to see, let's see if I can't get you back, about what's going on at my knees and my feet are, as I sit down, my knees are not coming forward. So think about it the way you would sit on a toilet. You would drop your butt back. You would not jet your knees forward. If this is how you sat on a toilet, you would have a wet floor. So as you come down, drop your butt back. I like to keep my arms up. I don't know why. You can do whatever you want with your arms. Jazz hands, hands on the hips, crossed on your thighs, wherever you need them to get the best form. So again, as we come forward, think nose over toes, not knees over toes. So we're not jutting our knees back over our toes. The reason you want that angle, the knee behind your foot, is the level of force that you put through your knee as you do a squat increases exponentially as you go forward. So if your knee is way over your foot, you're putting a jarring amount of force through that knee. You're not using your muscles efficiently. You're not stressing that joint appropriately. You can create more pain. You can create trauma. All sorts of things go hand in hand with getting that angle inappropriately knee forward. So you want to keep your knees back from your feet. A good rule of thumb is if you look down when you're doing your squat, so if you come here and you look down, you should always see your feet. So my knees hit like about mid-foot, all right? So we're working on form and pace today. Down we go. Up we go. Down we go. So it's a slow lower and a slow rise. You're going to feel this through your quads. And let's just do 10 and see how they feel. All right, you can hear my knees crunch. Just a little knee crunch. That's compliments of years on the skis. Entirely too many poor choices. When I thought I could do jumps that I couldn't. I mean, I did them, just not successfully. Good. So as you come up, I want you to squeeze your thigh muscles. Think about lifting your kneecaps up and squeeze your butt at the top. Butt, thighs. All right, so we're not hyperextending. We're just lifting the kneecaps, which is a little bit tricky. Something you might want to practice I don't know if you can see that. Something you might want to just practice with like a loose knee. Just lifting the kneecap and getting control. All right, so down we go. Slow and controlled. Squeeze the butt, quads, glutes. And this should be pain-free. If this hurts, if you're feeling this in your low back, if you're feeling it in your hamstrings, if you're feeling it anywhere else, modify what you're doing. Come higher. Don't go all the way to the chair. So you can do a modified squat, keeping an eye on your form. Hover and up. Hover and up. You're still working your quads. You're still working your glutes. All right? But you're not going all the way down. So also, you can take a wider stance and up. Sort of a sumo squat. What does that look like from here? Look, we'll just do it that way. A wide stance. Drop your butt down. Come up. Drop your butt down. Come up. My back, as I go into that squat, is pretty straight, all right? So I've got a straight line from my shoulders to my butt. So I'm working my butt and my quads. I'm not arching my back. I'm not, there we go. I'm not arching my back. I'm not going into a curl. I'm just supporting my lumbar, so my shoulders, that's kind of like probably another reason I do that inherently. It's because that activates those shoulder blades. And when your shoulder blades activate, your abdominals and your glutes automatically pick up some of that tension. You get your core in control. So as we progress that one, you can hover. That was not a... Don't talk and exercise at the same time. So you can hover and up. You can get really low, so you just graze the seat. You can do a quick tap, or you can do a squat without your chair. What I want you to make sure that you're doing, again, when you're squatting, your butt drops down. You're going for a 90-degree angle. You're not going to achieve a 90-degree angle until you're strong enough to achieve a 90-degree angle. My knee's being a little bit funky today, so I'm not going to do it. I don't know what I did. But that bend that you're looking for, you should be able to support yourself with a forward flexion, a flat back, and 90 degrees. If you can't do that, don't go the full range. Do the exercise so you feel it in your quads and your glutes, and move on. 3 sets of 10. On to the next exercise. And again, if you're feeling it somewhere else, let me know, and we can work through it. All right. Lunges. I have a step here. I don't know, maybe an 8-inch, 12-inch step. Something that you could modify at home would be an old shoebox or an Amazon package box. So we're not kneeling on this, we're not standing on this, we're just using it to gauge our height. So it's just a stopping point for us. So we're gonna straddle our box. Back knee comes down, so I can rest on mine because mine is sturdy, but we don't need to rest on it. I want you to think of that good posture. Your front leg is kind of at 90 degree at the ankle, hip, not 90 degree at the hip, knee, and then you're coming up out of that. So you can use something to balance or not, up to you. Up and down. So the front leg pressing through the heel, the back knee is dropping, we're up on toes a little bit, up and down. So you got a little hamstring action, you get a little thigh action. So let's see what that looks like from the other side. All right, down and up. So we're driving straight down here. We're driving through that knee, up on the toes, driving through the heel and the front foot. Quads are firing, hamstrings are firing, glutes firing. You're keeping that up and down we go. All right? So this is the action, up and down through here. See if I can show you what it looks like from the front. All right. So if you want to drop that lower, you can come all the way. Guys, it's a Friday. You can come all the way to the floor. But again, this part of my body, up and down. I'm not translating that knee forward over the toe. None of that hurts. Okay? If any of this hurts, don't do it. And so when I say hurts too, I mean like my muscles are working. I'm feeling it in my muscles, which is the space between my joints, right? I'm feeling it here, feeling it here, I'm feeling it here. I'm not feeling it here. I'm not feeling it here. I'm not feeling it deep inside the bone. I'm feeling the muscles work. If you're feeling your joints work, if you're feeling that groin, if you're feeling your low back, if you're feeling your knees, then you need to modify what you're doing. You need to either reduce the range or reduce the weight. Yeah. It's like that. That's all I got. I was going to do the forward so you can see a cheese and a crow. Guys, I'm all over the place today. All right. So you can see my knee is hitting. My knee is facing forward. My foot is facing forward. Up and down we go. Straight up and down. This part of my body, down and up. My hips, my pelvis is level, right? I don't have one side wonky donkey. Feeling it in my quads, a little bit in my hamstring, a little bit in my glute. Keeping that beautiful posture. All right? And again, down we go. And I'm not translating that knee forward at all. Staying behind or in line with my ankle. Yeah, I think you should probably work on those this weekend. One second, let me get that out of the way. Let's have a little chat. All right, so I think this weekend, those are the two we should work on. Squats and lunges, really good for your hips, your core, all of the things. I want you to really try and focus on your form when you're doing them. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips a little bit behind your knees because your knees are not hyperextended, they're not locked. Yeah, if it hurts, please don't do it. Send me a message, let me know what hurts. Let me know where it bothers you and we can tweak it out, we can work it out. If you have any questions, let me know. Later today, I'm going to put up the next schedule. We put a poll up, so if you want to vote, I should probably get to it, let's say around noon. If you want to vote for the next group of exercises, we've got a poll up, so feel free to put your opinions there. And next, we're probably working on some combination of neck, shoulders, back, balance, knees or ankles. Move down from hips. But yeah, it's been so much fun this week, guys. Getting standing, doing a little bit more dynamic stuff. I love it. I'm excited for you. Keep up the good work. Do the exercises. If you don't feel it in the right place, let me know and we can make it so that we can feel it in the right place. These exercises are really, really good for you when you do them right. They work the right muscles. They keep you strong and healthy. They keep your core together. They keep your pelvis together. They give you the strength and balance that you need to manage your lives. But when you do them poorly, I'm not even going to say that. When they are felt in the wrong places, it's not anything you're doing. Nobody ever taught us how to do exercises so that we feel them in the right muscles. When these exercises are done inappropriately and you feel them in your joint space or you feel them in a muscle group that it's not supposed to work, it can have really detrimental side effects. You can throw your back out. You can throw your hip out. You can hurt something that doesn't need to be hurt. And so if you're not feeling these in the right place, if you're not feeling them in the muscle that I've told you're supposed to feel it in, reach out to me. We can work through it. We can do some postural stuff. We can assess. I can do a video chat and see exactly where it's not working out. And we'll make sure that you're doing the exercises in the right way so that you don't get hurt and you get all the benefits, because that's why we're doing this. Get stronger. All right? So I will see you guys next week. Have an awesome weekend. Anybody up in the north, enjoy the fall foliage. It's supposed to be gorgeous this weekend. And also like freezing tomorrow. So grab a blanket, turn your heat on, do all the things. All right. Bye, guys. Message me if you have any questions.